Hey folks, how y'all doing? Today I'm going to be fixing up the refrigerator, the refrigeration system, because it's been kind of, I'll show you in a bit. Since last season, this winter I actually refinished these boards and I refinished all of these because you might have noticed last year that they were just a mess, so that's kind of nice. I'd like to do some more bright work on the boat. Back to what I was doing. Refrigeration. So the fridge. There she is. That's the controller for the Keco Eco cooler. That same one that Uma's running. A viewer of ours sent us the cooler as a gift, and yeah, pretty amazing, really. Anyway, so there's the cooling unit. And how this works is it pumps seawater through this unit, and then it has a fan here that circulates the cold plates air. And so I've got a bunch of lines running behind here. So you can see all the lines in here. There's two major lines and there's some electrical equipment. All of it's related to the fridge. So this line and this line, and those go all the way. So you can see the pump down here. Oops, I've clogged it off with a set of vice grips. Now the problem is if I don't clamp that with these vice grips, when the engine is running, the engine has too much suction and will suck air through that line, and I do not want air going into the cooling system. So this is the engine raw water intake right here. So this needs to be open for the fridge to work. And originally I'd run it so that it actually just teed off right here to the pump, but the problem that ended up happening was the pump ended up sucking a bunch of seawater in. I moved the intake to past the main water strainer because that made sense to me. This will capture a lot more seaweed and crap, and so it won't get clogged. But what I ended up doing is that moved this a lot closer to the engine intake, which I guess made more suction, and I think that this even actually acted as a pressure differential. So anyways, now it sucks air through the refrigeration unit, so I have to clamp it off. So that's the problem. So what I decided to do to fix that is I'm going to rerun some lines, and this time I'm going to run it right to the bathroom line. The main raw water for the toilet. So I'm going to run it off of this line here. And so the fridge will then be taking water from the intake of the toilet, which the toilet is barely used, and if it is, it's pumped like 5 times. The fridge can recover, the toilet doesn't care. So that's the plan today. Rerun the refrigerator intake from here over to here. Random side note, we just got these from the Amazon. A set of 6 acrylic glasses for, you know, drinking some rum and coke and not looking like a child. So yeah, not bad. I think it was like less than around 20 bucks Canadian for a pack of 6. So that's cool. If you want some, I'll put a link in the description. Okay, hoses are a pain in the butt, especially if they've been on for a long time. And if you don't have one of these on your boat, you're in for a world of hurt, sir, or ma'am. I'll show you here because it's easier to see. You fish this in, take your clothes clamp off, and you put that in between the hose and the thing, and then you just kind of weasel it around to break it free. And it can be very difficult. You can see a little bit of water coming out. That's cool. I closed the main valve, so it'll just spill a bit out. and then you can kind of use it to pry a bit. And once you get that whole thing moving, it makes everything a little better. They basically stick together like it's glue almost. Sometimes it'll break if you don't put it in the right angle. You might cut your hose a bit, but ideally you don't hurt it at all. But as a mechanic, I have cut a few coolant hoses before in the past. But as you can see, it's already starting to be free, so it might be... There we go. There we go. All right. There we've got the ridiculous setup that this was. Yes, it was cobbled together. Yes, you should never use this many connections. Because yes, every connection is a possible point of failure. I know all these things. But when you want the fridge to work and you don't have a lot of time in August to get it working, you just frig around with it till it works. So this is the inlet line, and we're going to run it that way. Alright, so we got all these parts. We got this, these, a new one of these, and a bunch of stuff. Not too much more than that. $78. Going towards cooler beer, or more consistently cooler beer. I just ran some of the tubes back here. I'm running the wiring right now. You can see that wire. I ran it all the way along out to here, so I gotta splice it together with the old wire. And that's where we're at. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. Sun's going down, getting closer to finishing up this project, sort of. We had a mess, everything, more stuff out. Right now I'm getting ready to screw this on underneath there, and slowly but surely we're getting there. Alright, it's the next morning. Still a mess in here. And got some beverages. That'll be good for later. My hose run. I put a T in from here to from the fresh water, and it goes up and around into this filter. The filter is going to come down, and then we're going to run the motor somewhere's up in there, and then the motor is going to, this little jobby is going to pump water from there all the way to the fridge and then out. I don't know if I mentioned before, but the drain comes out on the cockpit drain. Down in there. But I stole that idea from Uma. I keep bringing them up because they're the only other people I've seen install this. They originally said they'd run it here, and it was keeping them up at night with the trickling water sounds, so they ran it to one of their cockpit vents or drains. So I figured, why not? Let's do it. So we did. It does make a bit of a trickling sound out there, but nothing too bad. So actually, I kind of aimed it in a certain way where it almost is silent. Whoosh. So I moved the filter over here. The pump's down here still. It was having a little bit of problems priming. So I think that it's because I was running this filter the other way upside down, and there was a bunch of air trapped in the bottom. I thought these were supposed to run the other way, or that thing just can't suck the air out that was left in this, or something. But anyways, maybe I'll angle it downward. I don't know. It seems to be working fine this way, but what I think I'm going to do is I need to get a different, oh god, I need to get a different elbow because right now we've got 3/4 to like 3/8 or something. So I'm hoping I can get a piece that's like this that goes straight to 3/4, so I can just put a connector hose out all this craziness. 'Cause I think I have a little leak here, and we don't want leaks, so I want to go try and source something like this. And then if that works out, I think I'll be pretty much done. I might shorten up this hose a bit, and then I'll secure the pump in a better way, and then that'll be done. Okay. So I said like UMA about 17 times while working on that Eco cooler, and lo and behold, I found them.
We happened to be walking down the road.
Just wandering around the street.
Just random. And so I picked them up, we went to Tim Hortons, and now I'm just driving them downtown.
And we've been apologizing about the Keco cooler the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's their fault that it exists.
Right.
Hey, listen, we never gave it a thumbs up until it was too late, apparently. Oh my gosh, is that Theodore the tugboat?
It is Theodore the tugboat.
What's Theodore the tugboat?
Yeah, he's there.
Is it open?
What is it?
Can we like have it?
I don't know if you can go on him right now, but you can go on him. He does do rides. All right, so I'm plopping them off downtown. And
It's our only day in Halifax, so
right?
we've got to like see some sights.
If we had known, we would have run into them sooner. But
Right.
would have piled up cars
Accidentally,
sometimes.
you would have accidentally run into us.
We've been
soon.
anchored beside each other for the last week, but we've been like down below editing and running errands and stuff.
I'd be more mad if I found out like months from now
that we were
and
here.
that I missed you. So it's all good. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
All right, I'm gonna
Good deal.
park over here and let you out.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for the ride.
No problem. It's good to meet you guys. All right, back to the boat to finish the Eco cooler, which they apparently don't use, by the way, anymore. You say UMA enough times, I guess it's like Beetlejuice. All right, they had some stickers with them, so I'm going to put it right next to the Delos sticker. There we go. I'm officially a sailing vlogging nerd. Right, so I was actually on a journey. I went to Home Depot to get this, so I don't have this stupid mess, which is like an abomination. So I'm gonna pull that off, put this on. That way we don't need to like over clamp, and I think it leaks anyways. So this is the civilized solution to that issue. And if I hadn't had to go get that, run all over the place, I bet you I would have missed UMA go by. I mean, I could have seen them, but I don't tend to come out and look at all the boats that go by. But I saw them on the side of the road. It's just weird because nobody comes up here, so I don't ever see any of the sailing channels. I never expected to. It was just very surprising. If you see it in their episode, I think I looked pretty genuinely surprised. Like, surprised. All right, back to what's at hand. Come on, get on there. Wrestling hoses on boats. It's a dangerous game. Still not done yet. Gotta get back at it. So it's all run. It's all below waterline. And right now it's air locked. Occasionally it starts to pump. And then it just doesn't. It ran for a couple hours when I was gone. But I feel like there's an airlock in here somewheres. Possibly in the filter. But it starts to pick up water. I feel like it has to pump too high, even though it's only like a foot up. I don't know what's going on, but the damn thing won't prime. It's driving me bonkers. Dan from UMA said that they don't use theirs anymore. And he mentioned that if it had a self-priming pump, it'd be a lot easier, but the self-priming pumps use a lot more power. Which makes sense, but I didn't have a problem with it priming, ever, until I moved it here. At the over there, it was awesome. It was always priming. Real quick, but I don't know what the deal is. I had a fancy mounting system all planned, but now I'm so annoyed with this thing that I'm just gonna let it be for a bit, because I don't know if this is gonna be a permanent setup or if I'm gonna have to move stuff around again. So for now, it's just gonna float, and we'll see how that does for the next month or so. The Eco cooler is installed and running. The new ones are getting cooler. The bottom ones are super cold. So a little bit of ice in this fridge, and it should keep things nice and cool for us. And we can let it run for the half hour that we motored out of the arm. We can let it run when we're motoring anywheres, and that'll take a little bit of stress off of everything. And that's the name of the game, taking stress off things. Like the Bimini takes that stress off of getting roasted in the sun, so that when you get to the cove or the island that you were heading to, you're not already sunburned and rode off. That's a game changer. This will be a game changer. I need some solar panels so that we can just leave that fridge run all summer. That'd be freaking cool. And yeah, 200 watts of solar, maybe 3 if I was getting excited. And then the boat should be self-sufficient at that point. So that's what we want. We want a boat that's ready to go instead of a boat that we're working on all the time. Even though boats require work all the time. But at least the main systems are in place. So, yeah, that's what we're going to try and do.